Okay, I want to share about what I've learned. What I've learned yesterday is in this book, Super Communicator by Charles. So what I've learned from that is super communicator, what they do differently, what they better at is asking question. They ask a lot of questions, and that question is quite deep and it's connect with the other person. And what are the things that super communicator use? His tools is he can differentiate what the other person wants to talk about, because even before he opening his mouth, he will think about, is this do you want to be heard, or do you want to be hugged, or do you want a solution? So for example, the problem happens when, for example, someone want to venting, okay, want to say about the hard relationship with their boss, for example, and then keep venting, complaining, and the other person, not knowing that this other person want to vent, just want to this other person needs the empathy from the other person, but the other person thinks that he wants a solution, so he give a solution. For example, he says something like, oh, if you have that tough relationship, hard relationship, why don't you go have a lunch with your boss? This advice is correct, it's help to improve relationship between this guy and his boss. But the person who is venting not feeling satisfied and becomes mad at it, because this person just want the emotional communication, emotional conversation. He wants to get the empathy, not a solution. So this is the things that we have to pay attention before we open our mouth, and we have to think about what type of conversation is this. Is this an emotional conversation where you want to be empathy and listen and trying to relate with what the other person are feeling? Or I can say, how do you feel? That's the first type. And the second type is solution. What's the problem and what's the solution? So this is more productive kind of solution, where the other person asks you for advice and you want to give useful instruction or useful steps that can be taken. And the third one is social. Is what are we? Social is to listen to be social, talking about ourselves, talking about whatever we feel. And also the super communicator, the things that they have is they can adapt pretty fast in the conversation. Doesn't matter what the topic is, he can just ask question, make the conversation flowing, change the topic. And one thing that's super helpful is where you can kind of relate to what other people are saying. When people are saying something like sad, maybe you can share what you think is more or less relevant to what the topic the other person are saying. And by using all these steps, you will improve your communication skills. It's just a skill. It's not something dramatic about it. And I heard from this reader, it just pay attention, and also you can improve it every day. For example, when you talking to the other person on daily basis, you're talking to your colleagues every day, right? So why not you improve one step at a time? For example, maybe you can, first of all, the action that you can take is to identify what this conversation is all about. When the other person is talking to you, you think to yourself, okay, before I'm answering, I want to see, what is this? Is this emotional? Is this a solution? Or is this a social conversation? And if you're doing this, you will become super communicator. And that's about it. Thanks.